Hey guys, it's Adam. I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to Do You Watch Anime, a show where I sit down with a guest every week and ask them, do you watch anime? And we go from there. And today joining me is cosplayer and content creator Danielle's Galaxy. How are you today?
I'm so good. It's great to see you.
Good. So, do you watch anime?
I absolutely watch anime. I do.
So, what was your first introduction to watching anime?
Yeah. Like a lot of good 90s kids, I grew up on Sailor Moon. So that
Mm,
was my first anime, holds a special place in my heart. I really loved the magical girl, vibes of
yep.
it. I remember I had VHS tapes of Sailor Moon movies,
Hell
actually.
yeah. Yeah. I still actually hold on. Which is crazy. Oh my god, my shit's moving. Hold on. Oh. Like a while ago on Facebook Marketplace, we
Yeah.
found these. Yeah,
Yes.
for like dirt cheap.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my gosh.
like dirt ass cheap, and I was like, we have to get them.
Absolutely. I wonder if my parents still have mine, honestly, because I remember the covers were so cool and they were so
Yep.
pretty.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with that as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Growing up, I had uh the Pokemon VHSs,
Yes.
and one of them was like literally, I swear, a joke to the people who made it, because it was like bye bye Butterfree. It was like Charmander's where he finds Charmander like abused. It was like,
Yeah.
this is just depression. This is just, oh my
I
god.
wasn't a Pokemon kid growing
Hmm.
up, like or a Dragon Ball kid. It was like
Okay, yeah,
Sailor
yeah.
Moon only, but I had
Hell
friends
yeah.
that were so into Pokemon. So I
Hmm.
remember like seeing their collections and their cards and all their stuff. And yeah, I've been learning more about Pokemon now, like
Yeah.
in adulthood. But
Yeah. Oh my god. So what was kind of your first introduction to like knowing it's anime, instead of just going, oh, Sailor Moon's like a cartoon on like Saturdays, blah blah blah.
yeah, no,
Hmm.
100%. I have such an interesting history with anime, I would say, because grew up
Yeah.
on Sailor Moon, loved it, hardcore Sailor Moon fan, right? And then I don't think I watched any other anime like as I was growing up,
Hell
honestly.
yeah.
Like I started just, I don't know, watching the mainstream shows all the other kids were watching,
Hmm.
like all the other cartoon moments, and I fell out of anime for a really long time. And it wasn't till I was probably in like high school to college range that I had friends that were into anime and they were talking about it a lot. And that's kind of, I was like, oh yeah, like Sailor Moon. I used to love that back in the day. I
Hmm.
should try anime again. Why did I ever, I should pick that back up. So I got back into anime like much later on in life. I had a huge break.
Hmm.
And that was kind of, I don't know, my friends like recommending it was what got me back into it. And when I made that connection of like, oh my God, I used to be an anime watcher. Why did I stop?
Yeah. Oh my god. So what was that first like anime for you?
Yeah, to get me back in.
Yeah.
I had a friend who like generously lent me a Crunchyroll login, and I did like a
Hell yeah.
search on TikTok that was like anime you should watch, like good ones that you should check out if you're like new to anime. And one of the first things that came up was The Promised Neverland, actually, the first
Okay.
season of The Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
And that is the show I for sure credit with getting me back into anime. The first season of The Promised Neverland I thought was so amazing. Like the
Yeah.
story was crazy. And I just remember
Hmm.
being like, whoa, like storytelling like this isn't happening in the other stuff I've been watching. Like this is nuts. And that just like really set me off. And I started watching so many other things from there. But Demon Slayer was like another one that kind of got me back into everything. Attack on Titan, like classics like that were ones that I started checking out as I kind of got back into that realm.
Hmm. Yeah, it's when I watched the first season of Promise Neverland, because
Yeah.
season 2 does not exist.
I didn't even try to watch it. Yeah, it doesn't it
No.
doesn't exist.
But yeah, when I first watched it, because like I was just getting like also getting just back into anime at that time.
Yeah.
And everyone had been like ranting and raving about it, and I was like, I'll give it a try. And I was like,
Right?
holy mother of God.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, this was in Shonen Jump. What are you talking about? Like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh, so good. So
It's so
good.
good. And I love like dark shows or
Hmm.
dramatic shows. And
Yeah.
it perfectly hit that note for me. So
Hmm.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, 100%. And Demon Slayer is
Love Demon
perfect. Oh my
Slayer.
god, it's one of those that when people are like, I want to get into anime, what should I watch? And I was like,
Yes.
Demon Slayer, right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. It was like a perfect reintroduction to anime for me. So good.
Yeah.
When I watched that one, I just remember thinking like how amazing the animation was and how beautiful it was, like visually and storytelling wise. It really has everything. I love that one.
Yeah, so good. So, what are some of your favorite anime of like all time?
Yeah. I think it's I have a clear top two, and then everything after that is on like a pretty even playing field. But and of course it kind of depends, like I don't know. It's so hard for me to choose like a top because I like my top two for different reasons, right? But I think my favorite and the one I have like the deepest connection with and that means the most to me is definitely going to be Frieren.
Yeah,
I'm sure
let's
you probably
go.
could never have
Yep.
guessed.
What?
I love that one so much. It's now a huge part of my story as well, so it just means a lot to me. But then my other favorite anime that I will tell everybody to go watch because I love it so much is one of the Gundam ones actually, and it's Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury.
Oh,
It is
so
so
good.
good.
Oh.
So good.
Yep.
Huge fan of that one. I have like a massive collection of just Gundam Witch stuff that sits on my shelf over here. I'm a big Gundam person, but there's something about Gundam Witch. It's amazing in my opinion. And it could have been much longer than just the two, seasons that it was, I think. But
Yeah.
so good. And then after that, everything is kind of even for me because I'm a big fan of things like Full Metal Alchemist. I'm a big fan of Soul Eater. I really like Kaiju number 8. So things like that are kind of all tied for that third spot for me. But Frieren and Gundam will take those top two.
Oh, so good. So what was it about Frieren that got you hooked?
Yeah, it's a really funny story with Frieren. I almost didn't watch it because I thought it was a sequel to something and that I hadn't seen the first part of it because it's like Frieren Beyond Journey's End, and I'm like, oh, I missed like the journey. I need to go figure out like what season 1 is, which one is the journey, right?
Yeah.
So I literally like I saw so many people talking about it when it was coming out season 1. I was like, I want to watch this, and so I googled to figure out what I needed to go back and watch to get the first season of it. And then that's when I realized like, oh, this is like the first season. This is it. So I started watching Frieren from there. I think I've never seen anything like Frieren. There is like nothing else that I can compare it to. To me, each individual episode kind of stands alone as a work of art. And I think that is so unique and beautiful about this anime. I think its story is amazing. I love fantasy type things and fantasy inspired things. So it really hits on that. It feels a lot like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, kind of like animated to life, but it has such a beautiful, overall tone and theme, and the storytelling in it is amazing to me. So I just love it so much because I've never seen anything like it. And I think it is like the closest thing to perfect that exists as far as anime goes.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my god. Yeah, it's in my I think it's in my top 3 or 4.
Yes.
Like I legitimately have a tattoo of Frieren.
I love that.
Yeah, it's Frieren falling asleep on Fern in
That's
the
so
carriage.
cool.
Yeah, it's oh my god, I love Frieren so much. It's just
so good.
Yeah, and
it's
like
crazy.
Yeah, it just feels like no other anime has like the pacing is like we sat down to watch it and I was like, this feels different.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I don't even understand how to, because it feels like, because Ghibli has their own style of like, and you can feel that it's a Ghibli movie.
Yes.
And Frieren feels like it's its own thing, and it's crazy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right? Because it feels like it has the themes of those beautiful things that we love, like a good fantasy adventure anime, a Ghibli movie, right? But it's all coming together into being somehow this unique thing. And like I said, it's so hard to figure out what to compare it to because I think it like really stands alone. So
yeah, 100%. And every when it was first coming out, I forced like 5 of my friends to watch it, and I was like, no, I have to be in the room when you watch it. And they're like, that's a little weird. And so we watched the first episode, and all I hear, like, it was quiet. It was after after Himmel, goes away. All you hear is
yes.
And I'm like, I got him. Let's go.
I feel bad because I have friends and people in my life who have started watching this show because of
Mhm.
me, because of how much I talk about it and say it's so good. And then they'll text me 2 episodes in and be like, this is so sad. Like, what's happening? When does it get different? And I'm like, yes, like it is a sad story. Like parts of it are sad, but I don't know if I would necessarily even call it like crazy sad because there is a lot of hope in this
Mhm.
story. There's a lot of new beginnings in this story. And like people will also come to me and say, oh, honestly, like this happens to me a lot at cons. I'll be walking around as Frieren and people will come up and say like, oh, I tried to watch that show, but it was too boring. Like it was too slow. And I feel like I have to kind of explain to people, please like stick with it. It's a beautiful story. And I also kind of find that people who are too young don't necessarily like connect with it, like the way I do or the way some other watchers do. If
Yeah.
you're like really young, still kind of like starting to get things together in life, it may not hit as much for you. But when you're a little bit older and like you're
Yeah.
seeing how your relationships evolve and your friendships evolve and your life is evolving, that's when it like really starts to connect. So I totally see why some of older anime watchers really connect with Freeman as well. And I'm having a hard time seeing it connect with the younger audience. And I think maybe that could be why too.
Yeah. With Gundam Witch and Mercury,
Yes.
what got you hooked on that? Because like when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, Gundam, and I was like, oh my god, and it's gay.
Yeah,
And I was like,
exactly,
hell
right?
yeah, let's go. But what hooked you?
Love the representation for sure. But Gundam was something I didn't expect to love. Like I
Yeah.
ended up loving.
Mhm.
My husband was gonna watch it because he's watched like every Gundam series. So this one started coming out. He said, "Do you want to watch it with me?" I was like, I don't really know if I'll like it, but sure. And I started watching it, and I was like, "This is something about this. It's so good." I think for me, what I really love about Gundam is the main character, Soleta Mercury.
Mhm.
I like she is probably one of my favorite main characters of all time. And I really connect with her because to me, she's the best representation of anxiety that I've ever
Yes.
seen in an anime character. And
Yes.
that, I don't know, so I didn't expect to connect with it like that, right? But I have an anxiety disorder. I deal with that. I've dealt with that for a long time, deal with it every day. And
Mhm.
I find that a lot of the times in anime, like nervousness or anxiety is kind of represented in like a silly way. And that's fair. But this was the first time I've seen a show that I felt like really nailed what it feels like to have that feeling of like, is everybody mad at me? Like, does everybody actually like me? What's going on? And I really could connect with her and relate to her in that way that I never have with an anime character before. So the representation in that way in that show, I just thought was wonderful. And she is an amazing main character to me. Plus, I love big robots.
Yeah.
I love mecha anime. I love
Yeah.
fighting. And I also love seeing a female main character be a Gundam pilot. And I
Mhm.
think that is so cool and inspiring. So that's another reason why I just love that Gundam series so much out of all of them. I love pairing women with big robots and letting them take over. So cool.
Yep. Yep. Something I can get on board with.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
There
Yep.
was another one that came out. I not a lot of people talked about it, which is a shame, but I really enjoyed Metallic Rouge for a similar reason.
Mhm.
Female pilot, robots, very cool,
Yep.
awesome. I
Yep.
recommend that one as well.
Yeah, that one is on my list because a bunch of people I know voice in it, and I'm like, well, everyone's in
Yeah,
Metallic Rouge, so I gotta watch it. Yeah, oh, so good. Like my my very first Gundam introduction to at least the anime, because I had known about the Gunpla like for
yes, I'm a Gunpla builder.
oh god, so you have
Oh yeah,
boxes up to yeah,
oh yeah. There's boxes over there right now.
yeah.
Yes,
So like the first anime I ever watched was Gundam Wing.
nice. I'm
And
watching Wing right now for the first
yeah,
time.
yeah, because again, I guess I didn't remember it from childhood, or it
Yeah,
wasn't. I didn't watch the same kind of thing. But my partner was like, we got to watch it," and her sister's like the biggest Wing fan.
nice.
So we watched the Blu-ray and DVD, and oh my god, I was like, where's this been all my life?
Yes, each Gundam series is so uniquely good. It's so
Yeah.
interesting. I recently got into the Gundam card game that has like started to come out, the
Oh
TCG
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's fun, but like playing that had inspired me to watch the Gundam series I hadn't seen yet. So we went
Mm.
all the way back and watched the OG Gundam from like the 70s. And then
Oh
we
shit,
watched,
yeah,
yeah, it's so funny seeing how that one held up, right? Compared to like Gundam series that you see now,
yeah.
like how different the animation is, how different the voice acting is. it's super interesting. And then we watched Zeta Gundam as well recently.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. It that was the Witch from Mercury was my second Gundam
Nice.
introduction, and I was like, oh, sorry, my
So
cat's still doing the
good.
thing. But yeah, it was so good. Like, even when Guel gets introduced, I was
Yes,
like, get this man off my screen, and
totally.
and then by the end, I'm like, please don't hurt him
You know,
anymore.
protect
Like,
him,
yeah,
right?
literally, because I was like, you're such a dick. I hate you.
Yeah.
You're coming between the one true pairing. But
Yes.
but by the end, there's again, it's a Gundam, so there's going to be childhood trauma
Oh yeah.
throughout.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
oh, so good, so good.
I
So
could talk about Gundam Witch all day. It's
oh yeah,
amazing.
oh yeah, and like, and I swear, the aerial Gundam is
Mhm.
probably the best looking Gundam
Oh,
I've. Oh
absolutely.
my
It looks
god,
so good.
yeah.
The Permanent Score 6 version where it's
Mm-hmm.
all like blue and sparkly,
Oh
just amazing.
yeah,
I love it. I have so many aerials over here. I think I've built like every aerial kit that they
hell yeah.
released. Yeah, I love it so much.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so good. And like, again, like when I was first watching it, I was like, that is the most beautiful Gundam I've ever seen in my
So
life.
good.
Oh, so good. So what's a show besides those two that you could watch over and over and over again and not get sick of?
Mm. That's a great question. I think out of all those other shows that I like that are fun, I'm like looking at my collection over here to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody or forgetting anything of shows that I like. Ooh, some one that I really love, that I don't talk about enough is Fate Stay Night. I think
Okay.
Fate Stay Night is
Mhm.
great. And I feel like I could watch Fate again as well. I love Fate. I'm due to do another rewatch of that one, but Saber is another one of my just favorite characters of all time. And so getting to like see her
So
in
sick.
Stay Night, yeah, I love that
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
And there's so many different offshoots of Fate that whole series just never gets boring.
Yeah, yeah, that's one I have yet to dive into because I'm like, that's a lot of stuff. I'm still watching One Piece. That's that's
Oh
all.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think I will ever watch One Piece. I'm so sorry, but it's a lot, and I have so many other things that I want to watch that I don't know. Everybody else is watching One Piece for me, so
Yeah.
I feel like it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. It's all good. It's so funny when people are like, I hate it because it's too long. And I was like,
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a good reason to like
Yeah.
dislike it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But yeah, I see 1,000 episodes and I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh. Like, and it,
I mean, I'm the type of person that gets excited. I really like YouTube video essays, and I get
Mm.
so excited when I find a YouTube video essay and it's like 5 hours long. I'm like, perfect. Like this is what I'm gonna watch for like the next few days.
Yeah.
So like I'm excited by, oh my gosh, like there's so many episodes. If I
Yep.
really like this thing, I'll have even more of it, right? Which is maybe a great way to look at One Piece, but I just have so many other things that I want to watch first. Maybe I'll get to it one
Yeah.
day. Maybe I will.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, but I totally get it. Like, as much as I recommend it, I'm like, just you
Yeah.
gotta pace yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So what's an anime that when you recommend it to people, you have to go, I swear it's good.
Yeah. I feel like I actually do that with Frieren a lot, right? Because
Yeah.
I tell people, oh, it's so good, or you should really watch it. And they're like, oh, well, I heard it's sad, or I heard it's slow, or, things like that. And I feel like I actually have to say, like, hear me out with Frieren a lot for people because they've heard that it's not like super action heavy and I don't know. So I end up having to do that a lot. But kind of like I explained earlier, I feel like sometimes uh I feel like I have to explain to people, stick with it a little bit. Like, yes, the beginning is going to be a lot of that background. So you figure out like why she's there, what's going on, why she is the way she is. But then it gets into other things that are so interesting. The way the magic works, the different kind of powers that other people have, just kind of building out this like circle that she's forming as she travels. So sticking with it is really worth it, in my opinion. So I feel like I have to say, hear it out about that anime a lot and encourage people to stick it through because when they get sad in the first episode they're like, well, I don't know if I want to keep going with this, and I'm like, no, trust me, like it's great once you just get through it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, that's You know what? That's a good one. Goddamn.
Thank you.
So how did you originally get into cosplaying?
Yeah. I have been cosplaying for almost 11 years at this point, which is a crazy amount of time to think about.
Yeah.
But I honestly got started because I loved Halloween, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Halloween just wasn't enough. Like only having one day a year to dress up as characters that I really liked was just like not doing it for me. I literally what I did 11 years ago was I Googled like, are there other things that happen that people wear costumes to? Like, are there other events or like
Yeah.
something I can do or go to, like some kind of occasion where I could wear a costume. And I saw conventions and that people wore costumes for conventions and they made them and they like had photo shoots with their friends. They did group cosplays. And I like discovered the word cosplay through that Google search. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I need to try this. I would love to go to a con. So I went to my first con in 2016. Yes, maybe 2015.
Mhm.
And I did like a closet cosplay.
Hell yeah.
Basically, it was my first time. I didn't really know like what all was going on, but I decided I wanted to be Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, and that was my first cosplay
Let's
ever.
go. Yep.
I had like a friend help me make like a Gandalf staff. And so I started out with like a really great prop because she did such a great job helping me with it. And I literally just paired that with like any gray piece of clothing I had in my closet. So it was like a very basic outfit on my part, but like a cool prop. And I
Mhm.
went to that first con and I had so much fun. People were so nice. Everybody was like having a great time. The vibes were just amazing. I love conventions because the vibe is like
Oh
usually
yeah.
so positive and like complimentary, right? And I think
Mhm.
that's amazing. I had so much fun. I ended up meeting people at that convention that I'm still friends with to this day. And I was like, I need to do this more. So from there, I was like totally hooked and
Mhm.
started going to cons regularly, building new cosplays, and just continuing to try harder things from there and go to more cons every year.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. So good. So how has your relationship with anime changed since becoming a cosplayer?
Yeah. So when I first started going to cons, I still wasn't back in my anime watching phase at that point, right? Like I started going before I was watching anime. So I would see all these anime cosplayers at cons and think that they looked amazing, but I had no idea what any of it was from. And I always said actually to my friends, like, oh, I would never cosplay from anime because that just looks too hard. Like the wigs are
Yeah.
crazy, the props are crazy, the costumes are crazy. I'm like, I don't think like I could ever do something like that. So I'm just gonna stick with like the more simple costumes that I've been doing. And then when I started watching anime and I got into it, I was like, it's happening. I have to cosplay from it. I'm so sorry. It's the similar thing of just like, I love it too much to not do it. I love to feel the fantasy and like get into the character costume and just like feel the vibes that the anime gave me. So I really, that's kind of how things evolved. Starting to watch anime and being so inspired by it inspired me to start cosplaying from it. And now I cosplay basically exclusively from anime when it's
Mhm.
something that I never thought I would do.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve Yurko.
And I'm Tara Sands. Now available from Maji Media is our new podcast, 4Kids Flashback. 4Kids is the company who brought you the English dub of Pokemon in the late 90s and so many other shows like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kirby, the infamous One Piece dub, and so many more.
We'll be talking to the people who worked at 4Kids. Actors, directors, writers, editors, producers, engineers, you get the point. And hopefully get the answers to questions both you and I have about the company.
I actually worked there as a voice actor on some of the shows.
And I was a kid watching the shows and remember way more than Tara does.
And thank God for that. Steve is actually a professional storyboard artist, which gives some really unique insights into anime and animation. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. That's the number 4 Kids Flashback.
Hey guys, welcome to the Patreon portion of today's episode. And if you want to join the Patreon, there are a few different tiers, like shoutouts on the episodes, as well as exclusive videos and behind the scenes content and so much more, and even the episode a day early. Thank you to Gio, Keith, Blythe, Bunny, Mikey, Sheba, and Brooke. And if you want to join the Patreon or find out more, the link will be down below. And yeah, back to the episode.
Oh my god. So obviously you cosplay Frieren.
A time or two.
Yeah, a time or two, you know. So how did that staff come to be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the first big prop that I ever made that like lit up and did things was Maka's scythe from Soul Eater.
Oh,
We
okay,
did
yeah,
like
yeah.
I think it was the Genie Hunter version. And it is like the big half moon and it lights up. My husband and I built that and we were like, this is so cool, this is so fun. And we decided in that moment, like anything that you cosplay from going forward, we should make a fun prop that lights up. I love things that lights up.
Yeah.
He loves things that light up. We love like difficult builds like that. And then watching Frieren, I loved Frieren. It had a big effect on me. I was like, ooh, I really want to cosplay from this. And I looked at my husband and I was like, what if we made the staff cast spells? Because we were talking about like what we could do with it. Because he was like, okay, like I'm down. Like, let's build the staff. That would be cool. And I'm like, but it needs to do something cool. Like it should like light up or something in some way because that's what we love doing. And he said, well, there's really like, I don't know how we would do that. And I said, what if it casts spells?
Oh.
And he said, that's not possible. And I said, no, there's a way that we could make that happen.
Yeah.
And I remember like I started brainstorming and the whole inspiration for how I made it came from the way that Doctor Strange cosplayers do the spell projection with like their hands. And so I showed him that and I was like, what if we did this on a bigger scale? And we figured out like how to work this into the staff. So the staff is completely modeled by us. It's made by us. It's 3D printed, like beginning to end. All of it was made by us. The electronics run through the staff and we designed it to be that way so that everything would come together and it would cast the spells in the end. And when we tested it and it worked, I was like, this is so cool. I'm so happy with it. Right.
Yeah.
I never expected it to get as much attention as it got. And I'm really thankful that people loved it as much as I did. And it's been really cool to see other cosplayers recreate it and do the same thing or take the same effect and put it with a different character. And I didn't realize like what we were kicking off when we did this, right? But it's been really cool to see other people do it as well and be inspired by that. And I love that element of cosplay, how everybody inspires each other. I was inspired by Doctor Strange cosplayers, and now hopefully like I'm inspiring other cosplayers to make magic with their cosplays if they want to.
Oh, I love that. So what's one skill you wish you had when you started cosplay?
A skill that I still wish that I have that I don't have is wig styling. I am horrible at styling wigs, and it's just I've tried so many times and I don't know, my hands just don't work that way. The hair doesn't cooperate with me. I'm just not very good at it. It's a skill that I wish that I had, but now thankfully I have like some wonderful wig stylists who are just artists and I get to work with them and they help me achieve what I want by making a wig for me, which is lovely. And I love getting to support another artist and letting them do what they love. So that's a skill that I wish that I had, but a skill that I didn't have when I started and that I want every cosplayer to have as they get into cosplay is to be able to connect with your confidence and let go of worrying what anybody's going to think about your cosplay, right? When I started out 11 years ago, I don't really know if I was cosplaying for myself as much as I was cosplaying like, oh, people at the con would probably like this, or oh, like maybe like this is a well-known character and people would recognize it. I was concerned about things like that when I started, and I've realized that ultimately it really doesn't matter because cosplay is for you and it's about what makes you happy and what you love and what you enjoy, right? So, like, you know, I cosplayed from Metallic Rouge. Not a whole lot of people talk about that anime, which they should. It's so good, right? But I love that cosplay. It was so fun to do. And when I meet other people at the convention who know what that cosplay is and what it's from, we have a great conversation because we like the same things and we have the same taste in things. So I think it is a skill to be able to let go of worrying about judgment or anything like that when it comes to cosplay. It's something that I've grown into, and I would love for other cosplayers to start there instead of having to grow into it like I did. Just know that as long as you're having fun, that's what matters. And it doesn't matter if anybody else doesn't understand your costume or doesn't get it or doesn't know the source material or even thinks that like cosplaying is strange. That doesn't matter. It just matters that you're having fun and expressing what you love.
Oh, exactly. When I did cosplay, I was always like, oh, I gotta, you know, not look a certain way, but like I gotta shave my beard, blah blah blah. But by the end, I was like, Deku's gonna have a beard. Tanjiro's just gonna have a beard. I don't feel like shaving. Like,
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, and you're still cosplaying. You're still having fun.
So. Exactly. Yeah. Oh my god. So good. So what are some like highlights you've had at conventions?
Yeah. Um, I'm so thankful. I mean, when I started posting my cosplay work and people started enjoying it, that was an amazing side effect of what I was doing. It was never what I was going for. I just wanted to share what I was working on. And it's amazing that other people enjoy it and like seeing what I have and like what I'm doing and what projects I'm working on. Um, so it was something unexpected but amazing. And now what I really enjoy at cons is when I go to cons and other cosplayers come up to me and say that I inspired them to cosplay. That means the world to me. So to
Oh.
everybody out there who has done that, just please know like I remember each and every one of you. And it means so much to me that you came up and shared that with me because I truly, through doing what I do and through cosplaying, I want people to know that you can do this too. You can cosplay too. You don't have to be a certain size, a certain skin tone, or anything to cosplay. And I want people to enter the hobby if it seems interesting to them and find their confidence in it, like I did. So that's probably my favorite experience is going to cons and having people come up to me and say that they felt like they could do it because of me or that I inspired them to try it. I want other people to like find this hobby and this home here. So that makes me really happy when people say that. That's one of my favorite experiences. But I've also just had such a good time getting to travel. I had never left the state of Texas for a con until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then now I've gone to cons in multiple states, and it's been amazing to go explore these other states and to see the cosplayers in these other states. So those are some of my favorite memories as well. I've gotten to work with some wonderful and amazing brands. They've been so nice. I've just gotten to meet so many amazing people. And I think that's kind of the core of my favorite thing about being a cosplayer who now travels. It's hard to pick like specific memories because there's just so many good ones over the past 2 years.
Oh, I love that so much. Oh,
Thank you.
so you recently cosplayed Rio from Gachi
Oh
Akira.
my gosh, I did. Yes.
How fun was that making that whole thing?
Yeah. So and interesting on that one, I didn't make the wig. My very talented friend Fuzzy Spider did, and she deserves like all the props for that. I also only made parts of that costume. So I like to recognize where I know that I'm not going to be able to achieve something that I want in a cosplay. If I have the means to have another artist do it for me, I love to support other small artists and small businesses by having them make the pieces that I don't want to in a cosplay. I'm not a competitive cosplayer. I don't enter competitions. I've never been in a cosplay contest. I'm just like having fun. So, and like, I mean, contests are fun as well, but the way I am doing cosplay is not to try and make everything myself and compete. So sometimes I get to have other people make pieces, and I think that's so fun. It all comes together as like a map of everybody who helps me work on it. But on that costume, we did all of the leather work. So the belt, the pouch, the harness, all of those pieces were handmade by myself and my husband. We work on all the cosplays together, right?
Yeah.
So we did all of the leather work pieces. And then, of course, we made the scissors, right? I would categorize myself mostly as a prop maker. That is like my specialty. That's what I know best and what I enjoy the most on cosplays. So on everything I've done, we make every prop ourselves from start to finish. So we modeled the scissors ourselves the same way we did with the Frieren staff. We figured out where the lights were going to go and modeled that into it. So the process was kind of a long one with the scissors because they also had to move, right? And open and close. And with things like the Frieren staff or with things like Kikaru's axe, those things are like static props. I mean, obviously the spell is like spinning, right? But it's not the staff itself that's doing that. So it's a little bit different. But the scissors had to open and close. So we had to engineer, okay, like how will we put these scissors together so that they are movable and able to open and close? And we still need to be able to turn the lights on. So it was a long process getting that together. But we had so much fun working on it. I love like every big prop build that we get to do, right?
Yeah.
I had been side-eyeing Rio because I knew that this series was coming out. I saw the character art of her.
Yeah.
And I was like, she looks like my type to cosplay, right?
Yep.
Like I see characters and I'm like, this is my type.
Yep.
And I saw her and I saw those scissors and I said to my husband, like, if those scissors light up, we're going to do this, right? So, and I had a feeling that they would. So we waited until episode 4 when she uses the scissors for the first time and they lit up. And I was like, okay, like it's happening. We're in, right? I think start to finish, the scissors were about 2 months of work.
Yeah. Holy moly. So going into props now, what has been kind of your favorite thing about making props throughout the years?
Yeah. You learn so much through making props because there are
Mhm.
so many different techniques that you can use on each prop. So from finding out how to paint something and make it look like wood or make it look like metallic to how to scale a prop so that it's the size that you want it to be relative to your height. There's so many little things that you learn when you work on prop building. And then for me, obviously my favorite part is figuring out how I can make a prop do something cool or do something unique. I want it to light up. I want it to cast spells. I want it to move. So those are all like things that I really enjoy about prop making. For me, it's how can I make it unique and special? And that's my favorite part, as well as everything I learned from just the different techniques I've learned on all the ones we do.
Oh, I love that. So what has been your favorite part about Gachiakata then?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love Gachiakata so much.
So good.
I should have like mentioned it when I was talking about my favorite anime because it is really up there for me right now. But I like Gachiakata for a similar reason that I like Frieren, is to where I feel like it's very unique. I love its uniqueness. I think there's not a whole lot like it out there. And it just, I find every episode so entertaining. I can like sit down and those 30 minutes go by like so fast.
So quick.
Yeah. And it's just like, if you love an action anime, that is like the action anime to be watching right now. It is like the perfect way to do action. And I love how unique like each character is and how unique all of their instruments are that they're using. It's just such a cool concept. So big Gachiakata fan.
Yeah, 100%. When I because one of my friends was like, you should read the manga, and I was like, I guess. And then I read it before it came out, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be so good, and the cosplays are gonna look so good. Like every single Gachi cosplay I've seen has been so good. Oh my god.
Absolutely. Yes. So some great ones out there. Not to derail you, but I saw that you've been watching Trigun Stargaze, another one that I highly recommend right now. I love Trigun so much. The first season was so good. And this new one, they didn't have to go that hard. But like the 3 episodes that have come out so far have like each been cinema. Love Trigun.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of my favorite anime ever, and I'm so happy it's back. I like when it got announced, I almost cried. I know I screamed. I was like, "Ah, my god!" But yeah, it was my first introduction to Trigun.
Nice,
because I hadn't watched the old one. So I was like, okay, because I watched like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, I get why it's talked about, but maybe it's not for me. And then we watched the whole Stampede, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be my life for the next however long. Like,
don't you love that feeling of like finding a new show and watching it and just being like, this is gonna be my personality for the foreseeable future, right?
Yep.
I relate to that.
Yep. Immediately I was like, Amazon wish list, put all the Vash stuff on
yes.
Oh my god, it's so good. So what was your favorite part about Trigun Stampede then?
Oh gosh, that's such a good question. So you know what? Interestingly enough, I have always hated historically in anime when the main character's thing is just having a gun. I have always thought that's super boring in anime.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I hate gun characters in anime because I'm like, you can do anything you want and they just have a gun. Like why let's do something fun, which is why I love like the fun props that I make, like the big scissors, the staffs, like the axes, right? Like crazy stuff like that. But there is something about the way that Trigun does gun that makes it so entertaining and so interesting. And the way it's animated is crazy. And I've just never seen like a gun character come together so cool. And like Vash's personality is amazing. Wolfwood's personality is amazing. Every character in that show has such a good just role that leads to the story. I think it's so well written. I think the concept of the story is amazing. But it really blew me away with just how impressed I was that like they could make me like a gun character, That's so my answer.
Funny. No, that's totally valid, because that's how I felt about Genya in Demon Slayer.
Right.
Because I was like, excuse me, you have swords, you have whatever what's his face has with the ball and chain. You have so many cool weapons, and Genya chooses gun.
Yeah, I felt really similarly in Jujutsu Kaisen about like my Maki's sister, like how her like cursed thing is just gun.
Just
I was
gun,
like,
yeah.
why? Everybody else has cool cursed things going on, and yours is just gun. Like,
Yeah.
please, let's be creative here. So
Like you have a whole storage locker of cool cursed items, and you chose gun.
right, yes. Yeah, like I just always get annoyed when there's a gun
Yeah.
character in an anime because I'm like, this isn't what I'm here for. And then somehow Trigun just like art. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something special about what they're doing.
Oh yeah, when that chase scene in the city or town came out on Twitter, I immediately was like, we're watching that.
Yes.
We need to
Yeah.
watch that ASAP. I think we were waiting for the dub at that point, but I was like, we need to watch this like as soon as possible because
Yeah.
we had watched Beastars, which is from the same
Okay.
studio.
Yeah.
And there are some weird parts in the animation where I'm like, this is a little weird, but
Yeah.
it was still like very fluid and very cool and very different style. So when this got announced that it was like 3D CG, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they completely blew it out of the water.
Mhm.
Like I was listening to an interview with one of the producers, and they said they made a whole new like program for this for Trigun, and like the
Wow.
whole manifesto for the story was like this large, like before they even took it to the mangaka to be like, can we do this?
Yeah. That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the oh my god, I love that show and series so much. Like, and like you said, there isn't a bad character.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I could talk hours about how much I loved Vash. I have a Vash tattoo, so that should say enough.
Yes.
Yeah, I just, and like just the way that also Vash treats people.
Yes.
Is so, again, he, spoilers, might not be human, who knows, but it's a very human way of like, it's just so good.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah. And like,
I love it.
Yeah, and it's the same with Gotchi. If the anime has an amazing world and world building, I'm in. I am in.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, so good.
Yeah, unique settings are something that I love in anime, and Trigun has that, Gachiakata has that. So
yeah,
absolutely,
100%. And like even with the like whole kind of demons in Frieren, where I'm like, I want to know more. Where did we come? Where did these guys come from? Where did how did this happen? Where's the what's give me more,
yes, tell me the lore.
Yeah, exactly. And like if a show can like give me like a butt ton of predisposition, whatever that word is, to like background on the world, I'm like, I'm in.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so good. So what's been kind of the hardest lesson you've learned since starting cosplay?
Yeah. You know, honestly, like a lot of things come to mind, but I think, you know, what I talked about earlier for sure, as far as like cosplaying for yourself is what matters the most. But also like, let's see, sometimes I find it to be a rare occasion, thankfully, and I hope it continues to get more rare. Not everybody is always supportive and always nice in the cosplay community, right? And it's very sad, but it's true. I have had a really unique cosplay experience where I've been cosplaying for so long that I've been cosplaying through every up and down of my life and every change and trajectory of my life. So I've experienced cosplaying as a plus size cosplayer, and I've experienced it on the other end of the spectrum as well. And I, now having gone through that, noticed that I was treated very differently as a plus size cosplayer than I am now, for example. And I don't think that's right or that it should be that way. I noticed it the most. I will call them out now. I've noticed it the most in cosplay photographers. It seems that they only pick out a certain type of person to take photos of. And that doesn't make any sense in this community, right? every cosplay is valid, like I was talking about earlier, no matter the size of the cosplayer, no matter the skin tone of the cosplayer, no matter the background of the cosplayer or anything. So I think that there are some people who could use a refresher on that the hobby is for everyone and not just what in your mind the picture of the perfect cosplayer is, right? So that's kind of a harsh thing that I learned through experiencing that. But having gone through that, I now also talk about it in situations like this and remind people so that maybe, hopefully, like a photographer would listen to this, right? Look back at the photos they've done and think to themselves, you know what? I'm actually not photographing a wide variety of people. I do see that I'm like tending to photograph the same type of cosplayer, and I should kind of diversify what I'm doing here because this hobby is about diversity and it is about inclusion, and we shouldn't be excluding anybody in cosplay. So that's kind of a harsh reality of it there. But, and I also think this is a different topic, but not being good at things right away is something I also had to come to terms with when it comes to cosplaying. I love to be good at things right away. So that was a very hard lesson for me to learn. Like if I get a new video game and I'm not immediately amazing at it, I never touch that game again. I'm very bad about things like that. And with cosplay, there really is an element to things take practice, right? So the first prop I ever did, the Maka scythe that I was talking about, it's sitting in my storage unit right now. I still have it. It's important to me. But now that I look back on it, it's not made in the same way that I would make a prop today. Like there are things about it that I would change. And I've learned those things over the past 2 years of making props, right? So I think being kind to yourself, and if you try something and it doesn't come out how you want the first time, that doesn't mean it's not something that you'll ever be able to do in the future. Cosplay ultimately will take practice to an extent. So those are the two things that I really want to like harp on in that question.
Yeah, 100%. And I totally get you on the not being good enough at first try. And you're just like, screw it.
I know, right? Forget it. Like, this isn't fun.
Yeah. I get it, especially with video games where I'm like, I'm not good at it. I'm never going to be good at it.
I'm not good. I still do that with video games. It's something I should fix about myself. And maybe one of my goals for 2026 will be to continue to try things. I've had a similar experience with TCG. Like I told you, I got into Gundam, right? Yeah. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not very good at it. And so it is kind of hard for me to want to stick with it sometimes because after I've lost my 25th game in a row or whatever, I'm kind of like, you know what, forget it. But ultimately, like it is super fun and I will keep doing it. And maybe I'll get better as I keep doing it, or maybe I won't. And it's okay either way because it's for fun at the end of the day for me.
Yeah. Oh my God. I because every now and again I'm like, oh, maybe I should pick up Yu-Gi-Oh again, and then I was like, no, I suck, and then I was like, no, I should, and no, I suck. Oh, it's oh God.
I also just have a collector mindset though, and like I just love the cards. I love the cool cards and putting them on display and opening card packs. So do I play? Yes. But do I also just really enjoy collecting the cards? Absolutely. Especially because in Gundam, there are beautiful Witch from Mercury cards.
Oh, so. Yeah. I've seen those ones. My God.
Stunning.
Oh, and like, it's so, because my partner's the same way where she'll be like, I'm going to get a pack of Pokemon cards. And I was like, we have so many. We have so many. She's like, but I might get a good one.
You might.
But yeah, and we also got the Kaiju cards when they came out.
Yes.
We're still looking for the Frieren ones. They're sold out everywhere.
I'm looking for Frieren ones. I think I may have just found a place to secure some, and then I hope to open some of those on a stream soon and like see what I get from the Frieren cards. But the Kaiju cards are beautiful. I had so much fun opening those, but I didn't really get any like crazy Kikaru ones, which is so sad. I was telling Adam MacArthur because I got tons of Reno cards. I had so many of like the special ones of those. And he was like, I'll trade you if I get the good Kikaru ones. And I was like, perfect. We'll just trade.
That's so good. Yeah, we pulled Iharu. We pulled a few Iharus and we're like, okay, Ben, here you go.
Yes, right?
We'll remember next time. So what's an genre of anime that you want to explore more of?
Yeah. You know what? I haven't watched a lot of shoujo anime, like a lot of like romance anime. Isn't that crazy? I watch so much shonen. I watch so much like action anime. That is like, I don't know, something that I love and where my heart is. But I hear so many people say good things about the sweet love stories in shoujo, and I'm like, I have to get in there. I'm missing out.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's my favorite
I
genre.
watched. Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I watched Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Hell yeah.
And I loved that. It was so good and so funny. So I'm definitely open to more recommendations in the romance realm because I think I'm missing out for sure.
Yeah.
I'm currently watching Cherry Magic with my friend Abigail. You probably know her.
Yeah.
But she introduced me to that one. So we've been watching that together.
Yeah.
Love it. I need more romance anime in my life, I think. That's where I'm missing out.
Yeah. Cherry Magic was so good. Like,
it's great.
Oh,
we're on the last episode, and we were supposed to watch the last episode this weekend, and then we all got snowed in.
Of course.
So soon I'll have it finished.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I remember when it came out, because it was subbed first and then dubbed way later on. So we watched the sub when it was coming out, and I was like, this is so adorable. This is about adults.
Yeah.
This is adult yaoi BL. Let's go.
Yes.
And it's just such a sweet love story.
Yeah. I love when anime is about adults, by the way. It's a side note. Like, I love Kaiju number 8 for that reason as well, because they're like, this is a man in his 30s. And I'm like, I love that. Give me more anime like this.
Yeah. I'm like, finally, an anime character I can relate to.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah. And like, oh, so good. So what kind of romance anime are you looking for? Are you looking for more of like the shoujo kind of like, whoo, or are you looking for like more like the like has adults in it kind of that kind of thing?
I love something that has adults in it. So I mean, I've loved Cherry Magic for that reason. I also like a good romance comedy, like exactly how Kaguya-sama was. Like, I laughed out loud at that show, and it's really hard for me, I think, to find a show that I think is so funny that I genuinely laugh at it. So it made me feel really good because I loved the love story in it, but I also really enjoyed like just being thoroughly entertained by how funny it was. So I like that sort of vibe. I have tried to like watch some other ones here and there where it's like just kind of purely about the love story, I guess, and like the characters are younger, and I find myself like not coming back to those. So I think I love having like the funny element or the relatable element of adulthood, something along those lines.
Okay. So one really good one I recommend, it's an office rom-com.
Okay.
It's called My Senpai is Annoying.
Okay.
It's so she is like literally 5'0". She is very much mistaken for a child sometimes because she's so small. And her senpai, who she falls for, is this gigantic muscular man.
I love that.
In a business suit, and he's they're adorable. It's great. It's
I love that.
It's so great. It's all of the side characters are hilarious. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Well, I'm snowed in, so I will start it, and I will definitely keep you in the loop of what I'm thinking and tell you about it and like how I'm feeling.
Yeah, that or Komi Can't Communicate is one of my favorite romance or just manga anyway of all time.
Yeah,
that one's anime on Netflix. It's got like 2 seasons, I think. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one, especially because like, yes, it's a high school romance, but it's got so much heart and so much hilarious bits that remind me of Kaguya-sama as well. That like pretty much every side character is an anime archetype.
Okay.
Like
nice.
There is a ninja character for no reason. Yeah, definitely recommend that one. And then A Sign of Affection is my favorite romance ever. That one's where she is deaf.
Yes, I started watching A Sign of Affection off a recommendation for a friend, and I don't remember why I stopped. So I think I should pick it back up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So good. So good. Yeah. It's legitimately like, and it makes disabilities look, like it puts it in such a nice light, and so good.
Awesome. I'll pick it back up. I will for real. Like I'll message you and let you know what I'm thinking about the ones that I watch.
Hell yeah. So what's a show besides One Piece that is on your watch list that people are like shocked that you haven't seen before?
Ooh, shocked that I haven't seen before. Let's see. Well, I haven't, like we were talking earlier, I dropped off of anime in the 90s. So I
Yeah.
haven't seen a lot of the classics like Naruto or Dragon Ball. Like I haven't seen any of those. And so when people bring them up, they are typically surprised that I haven't seen some of those classics, right? So those are the top two that come to mind for me. Like those big three type animes. I haven't seen all of Bleach or just anything like that. So I'm missing like a lot of the classics on my roster. A lot of what I have seen is like newer gen. So I think like that's always surprising to people. Oh, you don't know this from Naruto. Oh, you haven't seen anything from Dragon Ball. So those come to mind for me.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah.
It always makes me laugh when, because I've only seen half of Naruto, like the first one. And when I was like, yeah, I've only seen half of it, and they're like, what? I'm like, I didn't grow up with it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, like
it's. Yeah, it's hard to say like, oh, I'm an anime fan, and then people are like, oh yeah, so like Naruto, Dragon Ball, and it's like, no, I don't, not those other ones, but not those.
Yeah, because at least I like grew up with One Piece. Naruto, absolutely not. I had no idea what it was for the longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to see what everybody's childhood anime was, right? Because it seems like everybody had one. People were a Dragon Ball person, they were a Sailor Moon person, they were a One Piece person. So it's so interesting to see what everybody's favorite childhood anime was and like what they watch now, right? Like I feel like Sailor Moon and Frieren probably ultimately not that far off, right? In terms of like fantasy and a magical girl and just everything there. So
yeah, 100%. I need Frieren to have a magical girl transformation.
Right?
In season
I know.
2. I need that.
I would love that. I feel like with her pigtails and everything, they both have the pigtails going on, so she could slay a magical girl transformation.
Yeah,
1000%.
Oh my god. So before we go, do you have any advice for people wanting to get into cosplay?
Yeah. My favorite starting point for cosplay, this is what I always talk to people about, is to choose a character that you love, right? I don't recommend choosing something that's trendy in the moment because you want it to be something you really connect with when you first start cosplaying. You're just more likely to have a good time and get to enjoy that cosplay for longer. I'm a big proponent of re-wearing cosplays. Obviously, I've worn Frieren tons of times. It just helps make cosplay a more sustainable hobby. But you will have so much more fun if you're cosplaying from something that you truly love, in my opinion. So I always recommend to people choose your character that you want to start with. And then it does not have to be perfect the first time you wear it out. So that's always like the hard part, I would say, for people to get over mentally. It's like, well, I don't know if it's quite there yet, or I tried this technique and it didn't turn out how I wanted, so maybe I shouldn't wear it. Don't worry about it. Wear it. Nobody knows what you were going for on that specific technique, right? So like you noticed that it maybe didn't turn out 100% how you wanted, but I promise you almost nobody else on the con floor will notice and nobody will care if it's like not exactly the thing that you were aiming for. You can also buy your cosplay. Obviously, like I love to purchase a cosplay. It makes your life a little easier. It's just, I would say, like more friendly budgeting wise to just buy one rather than all the materials to make one. So it's totally okay if you buy your cosplay. It's totally okay if you do make your cosplay and it doesn't turn out the exact way you want it. Wear it to the con and you will have such a good time because people will come up to you and say, oh my gosh, I also love this show, or oh my gosh, I also love this character. And you'll start to get like that warm interaction that I'm talking about in the convention space that makes it so fun and encouraging and it makes you want to keep coming back. You'll have those good interactions and you never would have had them if you left the cosplay at home and didn't wear it because you weren't happy with like how a small piece of it turned out, right? So choose your comfort character that you want to cosplay it however it makes sense to you, whether you make it or buy it, wear it to the con. And if you enjoy it and you're going to keep coming back, you can always change parts of that cosplay later. The Frieren that I wear now is not the Frieren that I started with 2 years ago. The dress is different. The wig is different, right? I've remade the staff 3 times. You can change whatever you want on a cosplay to make it closer to what the picture is and that you have in your head. That's for you. But have your comfort character. Start there and wear it, even if you're not 100% where you want to be with it. And you'll start making those memories. That's what I always say about how to get started in cosplay.
Oh, I love that. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, this has been so fun. I feel like I could keep chatting with you forever about anime and cosplay. I hope we see each other at a con sometime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We're trying to come down for WeebCon. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
I'm guesting WeebCon this year, so
Oh,
I would
yeah.
love to see you there. Yeah.
Heck yeah. So where can the lovely people find you online?
Yes, I'm at Danielle's Galaxy on, I believe, everything. I primarily post on Instagram and TikTok, but I also stream and I have a YouTube channel as well that I'm hoping to get more involved with so I can start posting tutorials over there. But I would love for you to come find me there, ask me your cosplay questions, or just hang out and enjoy fantasy and magic with me.
Oh, that was so lovely. That was such a lovely little tagline. I love that.
Oh, thank you so much. I love public speaking. So
Yeah,
getting to do
perfect.
something like this is so much fun for me.
Heck yeah. So yeah, all those links will be down below. You can follow me at Corky Cosplays on Instagram, Adam Corky everywhere else. And subscribe to the Patreon. You get exclusive videos, behind the scenes content, and episodes a day early. And
Nice.
yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.